What's happening, world? Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Cognac Confessionals. I'm your host, Deshaun. Here at Where Media Meets Studios, in conjunction with VJ TV, Feral Films, History in the Making Entertainment, Keep It Cloudy Productions, Camouflage. Shout out to Drop Knock. Shout out to the Venus Lounge. You know, we here on this Friday, July 5th. Happy birthday, Mac Dre. You know what I'm saying? It's Mac Dre's birthday today. He would have been 54 if I'm not mistaken. Happy birthday to my old cousin Davion. Ross, his birthday today too. Shit, we here. What's happening with it? Let everybody introduce themselves as always.
Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy Pharaoh, aka Feral Films, man. Just here one more time in the building.
It's your boy Camouflage Rail, man, in the building as usual, man. KAMM. We got a good show for y'all, man.
Yeah, we here chilling, and you know what I'm saying? So, what's happening with everybody, man? It's been a crazy week.
Yeah, it's been wild.
It's been a lot of shit. As always. It's always a bunch of shit.
For sure.
It's like, we had we had that debate shit. We had the BET Awards. You had the fourth
Shout
for
out
you.
to everybody that went.
Yeah, shout out to everybody who was down there for the EBT Awards.
The EBT Awards.
I mean, yeah, you know. And the 4th of July was yesterday. You Negroes out there, with your, okay, man. Happy, it was happy 15 days after Juneteenth for me, but you know, just saying.
I like this. I'm also. We're just gonna let niggas enjoy things at this point.
Yeah, y'all do y'all.
I look at it like this: if my loved ones is gathering, I'm there, but I'm not celebrating the holiday. I'm just gathering with my folks.
Fly, is that you? Volume. Yeah. So, what's else been? I mean, where y'all want to start? I mean, it's a lot of stuff, and tonight we just gonna go in on whatever. So y'all start the topic and we just go. That's the type of night it's gonna be.
I see the Pilgrims is upset with that WNBA. The Angel Reese is an all-star.
Oh, they mad?
Yeah, because she owes her fame to Caitlin Clark.
She owes her fame to Caitlin Clark when she beat her for the ring and just did she got 10 double-doubles in a row.
Shit, 12 now. It's the all-time record.
12, you know what I'm saying?
First it was the rookie record, now it's the record period.
Like, numbers don't lie, you know what I'm saying?
And she leading the league in rebounding. I was seeing people seriously before the draft was saying that her game wouldn't translate and that she better not spend her, because she was one of the leading NIL getters in college, and they were saying she better not spend that because she'll be washed out the WNBA a couple years because her game won't translate. All the type of knocks like she's not gonna be successful in the WNBA, and now she's a rookie leading the league in rebound, and it's like, no, I think her game did translate pretty well.
Yeah.
Hey, but speaking of that, have y'all been seeing this boy Ryan Garcia on the social media? Ryan Garcia, the one who Tank almost murdered. Yeah,
That's what else been going on. So
him beating Devin Haney really did something crazy to this boy, man.
He on social media talking about he hate niggas and all this shit.
Fuck all the Muslims.
That's wild.
You know something?
He want to dig. He said, "I want to dig George Floyd up, bring him back to life, so we can kill that nigga again."
Wow. Yeah, he got hit in his head too many times.
I'm wondering if that's I'm just
that's like beyond publicity stuff. Like
because that's when you got people do so much shit
like everywhere you go now.
Because he got suspended. What they suspended him for a year. So and now it's like, is you doing shit just to be relevant? Or you? Is you hacked? Because somebody gonna say he can be like, man, I got hacked.
No, they got audio of him saying the shit. He was going on Twitter Spaces. Fuck all the niggas. Fuck all the Muslims. Fuck George Floyd. Fuck BLM. Fuck niggas. But he really said, man, I wish that we could dig him up and bring him back to life so we could kill that nigga again.
See, that's that. Yeah, that nigga need.
But for what though? Like that.
Steven Jackson said, Steven Jackson grew up with
I
George
don't like
Floyd.
somebody just
He
because.
said, I'd like to see you repeat them words. Oh yeah, yeah. Steven Jackson said he'd like to see him come to Texas and repeat that shit.
Yeah, that's just some.
He gonna have to guard his neck everywhere he go now.
See, and that's the thing. It's like you doing that, so now something happened to you. They see you play the victim role.
But see,
I
what's
have
so
no
bad?
sympathy for motherfuckers like that, but it's just
But
like
that's just like the youngster that was, doing the video at the gravesite, blood. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
there-
man.
People
can't-
do.
I like his
you can't
music.
do shit like that
I never
to
listened to his
people,
music.
man.
I can't relate.
You can't disrespect people. You can't disrespect
Right.
the whole area of people, man. And you can't do that, blood. And when people start, when you do that, man, I can't tell you what you can't do, but I'm gonna tell you like that's the first way.
But when when
outta
the
here.
consequences come, you can't.
Yeah.
Niggas can't cry for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't be,
It's some youngsters that'll do it just because they think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
They just think it's funny just for a laugh.
Yeah, and that's the thing with all these, like, you got the cats running around doing the stupid ass pranks to people in the stores and doing all, and then, oh no, it's a prank. It's like you can't be playing with people.
Right.
I mean, you disrespecting somebody and you think for views and clicks. It's like, man, get the fuck away from. We just come from a different era,
Right.
motherfucker. Don't get me wrong, we played Ding Dong Ditch and all that shit, Doorbell Ditch. We did that type of shit, TP your house.
But if I was playing Ding Dong Ditch, it was somebody in the neighborhood I'm fucking with. I wasn't doing it to put on a show
Right.
for the whole
It was just
of
us.
America.
Yeah, it was just us. The 8, 9, 10 of us that we just running that. That's it.
Like
This
this
shit.
little boy that was, he was a Inglewood family blood, and him and his partners went and defaced Nipsey Hussle's mural, and then was posing in front of it. Then a month later, he was on live, sitting in his car. Somebody walked up to the car and sprayed him up, and he's literally gasping because he got hit in the neck, and he's bleeding out. The thing there, and the thing is that while I'm looking at this young man, looked like he had a lot of potential, seemed kind of clever individual.
Yeah.
So I felt it was sad, right? But there was so many people saying, "Hey, nigga shouldn't." He was out there. He knew the consequences of his actions, and he wanted to get that name. But also with that name comes a bullet.
Yeah.
Right. It's like you gotta be.
And mental health is another thing too, man.
Right.
That's why, I appreciate a lot of people not a lot of people, but all the people, which is a lot, but that I was making to say, all the people that help with that. Shout out to Fab, man, with the Thug Therapy and stuff like that. And
I went to my first one about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so it's just sometimes we look at somebody and we quick to judge them off of shit like that, but people really be having demons in their mind telling them to do shit and all kind of, and you can't discredit that, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like as a friend or a family member, if you hear, I mean, retaliation, that's an animal that few could ever understand. But I will say, as somebody that's thinking about throwing a life away to like retaliate or, you know what I'm saying, do shit under the wrong circumstances, I'm gonna throw that in there. It just, if you see your family member going through that or something, blood, you gotta try to get them help. You gotta try to get, because people are doing shit that's so dumb, they have to be going through shit. That's what I believe, man, because I'm not gonna just step on a motherfucking name because he did some retarded ass shit, blood, like that. Like, it's something, if you dancing on niggas' grave, bro, there's something wrong with you, bro, because
right.
It's little girls that'll come try to kill you about that shit, for real, like, let alone grown men. So
attention is a hell of a drug.
I can only imagine, because I remember somebody dancing on one of my family members' graves, making a music video, and they get millions of views. I can only imagine. I would have to be in the mindset of, okay, this motherfucker is mentally ill.
Yeah.
So, because like Chris Brown made a diss song to Quavo, and he put in there, Takeoff when Takeoff died, we all wished it was you. He was only really. He said some wild shit, and all I can think about is that I love my nephews. I got 3 of them. And I love them niggas. And if one of them was tragically murdered, took off this earth before their time, and somebody trying to get at me made it a punchline in a diss song, and I had paper, I'd put a bag on their head. And I wouldn't, and whatever happened, you know, you get caught in murder, whatever happened, but I would be like, there's no way in the world I'm going to let you live, especially if I got within my, like right now I'm in Oakland, I only got regular paper, right? So if a nigga in Beverly Hills, he moving security, ain't shit I could do about it. Right. But if I was a nigga that did have the paper and the means, there's no way in the world I would let you live to make a mockery out their memory. So I can only think of if I was a young crash out dummy and somebody dancing on my folks' grave, how I would not be able to rest until I sent them 223s at them. Like I would be going through my own mental depression if this nigga just right there across town on the turf and I ain't went and got. Just... I'm saying as me at this state of life and my maturity, fuck that nigga. The streets will handle that nigga. Yeah. But let's say I'm 25 years younger, and I'm out there. I would crash out, and I would probably be around niggas who would also be like, blood. You know he gonna be at Mingles on Saturday. You know he gonna be, you know he gonna be out front of that thing. So we going up there to hit this nigga.
It's so disrespectful. It's just almost. It's like unreal. It's like. Are you crazy, bud? Are you like you're just basically writing yourself like a death certificate?
Like you commit suicide almost.
Yeah, that's what. Yes. Definitely. So, you know, I don't know. I can't think of anybody that I fuck with whose family would let that shit slide. It might be a few wise ones that's gonna be like, "Nah, baby, it's okay," but about 80% of that family is gonna tear your motherfucking head off, and that's just crazy that you're willing to throw your one chance at life away behind some bullshit, man. Like, you know. But
and the thing is when I was less than a upstanding citizen, even if there was some shit that I might be like, man, I ain't tripping on that shit, right? Yeah. There would always be another nigga somewhere around and be like, nah, fuck that. We ain't going out like that. Yeah. Well, when I see that nigga then, I might even be like, man, I ain't even tripping right now. It's going to be another nigga be like, all right, man, blood, you can not be tripping, but when I see that nigga.
Yeah. Right.
So he got enemies. He'll know I'm his enemy. He'll know if he see me in the grocery store, he better exit, at least in his mind. But shit, there's a couple other niggas that you don't know nothing about, and that's when niggas be at the gas station pumping gas, and they got their head on the swivel, and all of a sudden they get knocked down anyway because you have put something in the air where you generated so much other animosity that even other niggas who are even not necessarily directly affected by it, if they see you, they want to do something to you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that be the thing, too, and like, on a different level, it's a lot of people, a lot of different, I'll just say non-blacks, people who are not comfortable with being in Oakland, and it's like, the crazy part to me is it just, a lot of the shit that goes on, niggas be having that shit coming, blood. Like, niggas be doing too much, blood, for real. Like, so if you're an innocent person, there's the chance that you're gonna get bit or you may get robbed. But if you look at the numbers, niggas is doing too fucking much. And niggas is getting on their helmets, bro. Like, and niggas ain't just walking around going to grocery stores killing niggas, bro. Like, there's a reason behind why niggas is getting killed, and you have to hear the story. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying everybody, my nigga, for real, but I'm just saying if you take a look at the case by case, and be a real person and look at what happened. A lot of these dudes is dying and have been dying. Done did some shit, you know what I mean? You gotta look into it. So,
like for instance, one of my loved ones, two of my loved ones got shot recently, and the reason why they got shot is that somebody that they wasn't even really affiliated with did something dirty to somebody, and then came over and was hanging out with them without saying a word. and the people followed that person to the spot and sprayed it and sprayed it up.
Yes.
And
I was gonna say I was gonna bring that up, but I'm just
right. But I'm just saying.
I'm
So
assuming they know that
a lot of
listeners.
a lot of things that happen out here, and everybody like, why would somebody do that?
Yeah.
No, it's something behind it.
Yeah.
Sometimes this person might be an innocent victim, right?
Yeah.
He might be an innocent.
Too.
He might be an innocent victim.
Right.
But then you take into account that he was standing next to me, and I just ran off on somebody, or I did something dirty to somebody, and you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
what I mean.
Like
too,
nothing just really. It's rare that something just happens and that was completely innocent, even if it's fucked up.
Exactly.
If you in the mix and you know the real story, then you can be like, okay, I ain't justifying it, or I hate that happened, but I understand. Because the waves and vibrations.
Niggas from the town ain't just going in the liquor stores, shooting up the Walmarts. We're not just
we're not mass shooters.
To the A's game and shooting. We're not doing that shit. But there be shit. And that's I'm glad you said that, because motherfuckers definitely, I'm not saying that if you get hit first, like it was your fault. Nigga,
right.
I'm not
saying that,
not
at all.
Nigga. I'm not saying that.
But there's a reason why these certain things happen.
Yeah. So
you got to be cautious on the company that you keep. Yeah. You got to be cautious where you pull up and kick it. Sometimes niggas be on hot ass blocks and motherfuckers. You see your folks, you hop out. Now you stand there chopping up. Well, while you standing there chopping, even though this your folks, and you ain't did nothing to nobody, whatever type of energy is being directed in that area, you're liable for it, even though you haven't done anything to anybody.
Well, you know the pain, so they will hit somebody that hadn't did it for the person who did it to feel that pain, just because it's a chess game.
Do you remember when there was this big mass shootout and niggas crashed, chased by police, and they crashed by Children's Hospital, and they had and they killed a couple pedestrians and stuff a few years ago?
Yeah.
Well, a dude had knocked off. There's two Turks that's been feuding forever, right? Even though half the niggas is actually related to each other. And if we ain't related, I got a baby by your cousin, and you used to date my sister. So, we all know each other. But every so often, it sparks off over there. One particular dude knocked somebody down and cut. He's out the way. His brother, who's doing the right thing, comes home from college and is walking down Shattuck. Niggas see him. They know each other. Everybody know each other from growing up, so they know it ain't dude. But they can't get at dude. So they knock off his brother. And the police was pulling up right at the side, so they go on high speed. They end up crashing my Children's Hospital, killed a couple people, like a couple people was on the sidewalk, died, all that. But the dude that they killed, he was a college kid who didn't have nothing to do with nothing. But because they couldn't get at his brother, they got at him. And apparently his mother used to tell him, be cautious walking up and down the store. It's hot, and he was on some, I ain't did nothing to nobody. Nobody got a problem with me. I'm good. Not knowing that these dudes been hoping to kill his brother. They see him and say, fuck it. They push the button on him. So that's another thing you got to be careful of in the company you keep. Is that just by standing next to people in certain situations or being related to certain people, you can really inherit something that could be fatal for you. So, now what's the defense? Or do you got to get a resume from everybody you say hello to or this and that? I'm just saying, man, be cautious.
It's cold. Just like, remember, Usual Suspects. Guys are so say when they came in and.
By the way, one of the best movies ever made. Best movies
all time. Yes, one of the best movies. Definitely top 10 movie.
Broski.
What's up, Broski? Brother Broski. But remember, he waited. They came in. He shot his wife and son. Said, "I'd rather see my family dead than cower down." And y'all, he waited till they was dead because his family was the only ones left. Nobody could do nothing.
Yeah.
Family buried. Then he went and just cleaned house. And you catch that's out there doing this weird shit, y'all. Y'all don't have that mentality for real. You got family members all around, just like you said, and those are things that people don't really think about in those split moments when they make those decisions and do the dumb shit they do. Because you got some ignorance is a motherfucker.
Who is brutal? And ignorance breeds ignorance.
It's on sale.
That's why
It
some
feeds
areas
off of
tend to be
ignorance.
more ignorant, because when there's enough ignorant people who, if you really get to know them and you see their disposition, their demeanor, they probably wouldn't have been ignorant in the right circumstances, but because
it's fashionable.
you know, I see it all the time over where I be kicking it at. Kids be school kids and walking around, man, get from over here, man. Go to the store, put a little dollars in their pocket, and then the moment when they getting close to graduation, you try to have them little talks. Well, what you gonna do, man? You gonna go into the service, or you gonna go to school? And next thing you know, they got the extendo hanging out their pocket, and they out there, and all you can say is, "Well, be safe out here."
Yeah.
Because you done seen them from when they was on a big wheel to now they a motherfucking mobster. And you be like, man, I know this kid. I know he got a good heart. I know he's a nice kid. I know he used to play with puppies and shit. Like, I know you're not. I mean, you might end up put in some work, right? And society might say you a degenerate monster, but I know you're really not.
Yeah.
This circumstance, this circumference made you that, but I know deep inside, I know it's a good kid. It's just too late now, but I know you're a good kid.
I be trying to get through to these youngsters, just kind of like telling them, like, man, don't let one situation define your whole life. Right. Like, don't let, you have to. It's so easy from being from out here, where for the most part, if you've been from anywhere around the hood, you're basically taught if somebody do something to you, you gotta hit them back. You gotta punch them in the mouth.
You have to.
And I'm not talking about with fists necessarily, but one thing that I wish I would have had as a youngster was more of the understanding that I can't let one situation define me. And luckily, some of the situations that I put myself into, law enforcement just wasn't involved. But there are some things that could have really changed the trajectory of where I am right now, and I wasn't able to think past that situation because I let that situation consume me, and I was like, nah, fuck that, I'm gonna have the upper hand in this fucking situation.
That
and that's
ego
the wrong way
and
to
pride
think sometimes.
and the expectations. People expect, because you almost like, they ain't even gotta say it, you know they expect you to get down a certain way. So that invisible pressure. Oh, nobody told you to do that. Come on, man. We know the ghetto got a telepathy. It done already told me how I gotta get down, and they ain't even gotta tell me they disappointed in me. I'll be disappointed in myself by letting them be disappointed. So thus, I gotta do some shit that maybe ain't even really even in my heart. But when you in a cycle, there's nothing more important than the people that you love and respect thinking you a good nigga. Right. And you don't never want them to think that you are less than, or you soft, or you ain't got what it takes. So you be damn near ready to do some shit that if you bend the corner to the left, instead of turning to the right, you're gonna damn near run into the goddamn police cruiser. And then you be sitting up there looking up, and it's 27 years later, and you on your 6th parole hearing when you could have been what we is. But now you ended up there. So fate and circumstance and that hidden pressure is a motherfucker. Right. But speaking of thug therapy be addressing that. In fact, when I went to my first thug therapy, me and Broski sat together. Shout out to Broski. I know he a faithful attendant.
Always.
And I ain't even gonna lie, man. When I first heard about it, I giggled like, ha ha ha. But then so many niggas that I really respect was coming back talking about what a great thing it was. The fucking one day I just got off my ass, seen it was cracking. I actually pulled up early. It started at 6. I was there at 5:30. But I got a decent seat, and then I was there. And when I left out of there, all I could think about was, man, I shouldn't have never missed any one of these. Yeah. Because it's so rare you get to be in a room with 200 other brothers that's all there on some uplifting. And seen some cats I ain't seen in 20 years.
Yeah.
And everybody trying to get it together. And I'm sitting there like man, instead of 200 cats up in here, it should be 2,000 cats up in here. And now they talking about taking it to other cities.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, it's a beautiful thing. I fully support it. And any of y'all, if y'all ain't had a chance to go to Thug Therapy, you know, it's be used on a Wednesday at like 6 o'clock. Check out Fab page. And, man, if it pop up and you free, I recommend going.
Definitely. They got something for the sisters they doing too, right?
Yes, they do. Yeah, Sean Granberry has been helping put that together.
Yeah, shout out to Sean, man.
Now they got the sisters a little nicer though, because for us they got a cast that's used to veterans from the game, right?
Yeah.
But the sisters, they actually got some PhDs and some psychiatrists up there. You know they gonna always give it to the women a little nicer.
Yeah,
That's good. That's all good.
it's good having them as part of it, you know.
But it's nothing like hearing somebody that's been through
Right.
what you've been through saying, this is what I went through and this is how I overcame it.
Yeah.
You get that?
But you know the thing about the women too, man, is they're oftentimes the ones that support us. You know what I'm saying? Like even, you know, just the friends or just, you know, people that may not be as close as, you know, your wife or somebody. But I mean, come on, all married men, all men that are in relationships, man. We have female friends that we done grew up with and all the shit that we know that have opinions and look out for us. You know what I'm saying?
I had a chick named Deshonda. And she used to always say, if you go to jail, I ain't fucking with no jailbird. And they go to jail, all I think about is, damn, we lose her. As soon as visiting days be up there, she was there. I was like, oh, okay, cool. When they finally cut me loose, that's when she broke up with me. And I was like, what? She said, I told you I don't fuck with no jailbirds, but you was coming to see me. She said, yeah, I didn't want you there by yourself. I knew you didn't have nobody. But now that you back out,
she was a soldier.
it's off with your head.
Yeah,
But she did clearly tell me she don't fuck with no jailbirds.
Yeah.
But then when I went, and every time it was visiting, she was there bright and early with bells on. I'm like, oh, okay, she's just talking. She can't live without a player. Shit, nigga came out, hey, honey, I'm home. Yeah, get off my porch. Fuck.
Wow.
But that was
Tough
the thing.
luck.
Yeah, exactly.
stood on
She was
business.
going against her principles by fucking with jailbird, but she also would support me because she knew I didn't have nobody that was going to put no money on my books. She knew I didn't have nobody that was going to come see about me. So she supported me. So I couldn't be too mad at her because she didn't leave me for dead.
Right.
She took swell care of me. I called on the phone. She called motherfuckers on the three-way for me, all that shit. But when a nigga got back on the concrete, man, get the fuck from in front of my house.
Bye, see you next lifetime.
But that go back to what you say. Lots of times the sisters support us, even in situations where we wrong,
Yeah.
situations where we made the bad move, or we made a we made a nigga. What was you thinking about move?
Yeah.
But they still be there. They still ride for us. So you know, shout out to all the sisters that still riding and supporting for a nigga, even when he being an idiot.
That part. Yeah.
Cause I ain't never went to jail for no common sense shit. I went to jail 4 times, and every time I went, it was really a blood. You know, you get a moment to think, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What was wrong with you?
Yeah, man. It'd be like that, man. They just be like, be mad you got caught. Like,
Yeah.
man.
And I'm not talking about no mistaken identity. I was walking down the street while black, and I was just like, a whole series of poor decision making. Where usually somebody at some point has said, hey, blood, you
You
should
might
be
need
cool.
to chill, bro. Why don't you let that shit go?
Right. Or somebody saying, oh, no, nigga, you're going to get caught up with that. So
You're just like, fuck that. I'm doing what I want to do.
I know a lot of niggas be like, oh, I didn't have no guidance, I didn't have no support. But I know damn near every time I went under, at some point just before it happened, somebody said,
Hey,
all
man,
right. Exactly.
you know you ain't got to be all like that, man. You know, there's a better way.
So I can't talk about society or you know, a society or man, I ain't had no guidance. Usually somebody said, hey, don't do that.
not the way
That's
to
funny,
go.
man.
Carol Ann, stay away from the light.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but so.
That's funny.
Oh, so I know we've been serious as
Young
fuck, but
nigga
on some
shit.
humorous shit now. Did y'all watch the? We talked about the BET Awards.
I just seen the
what did y'all?
highlights.
So
I know Sexy Red got up there and tore it down.
okay.
I knew that would get a reaction out of him.
Yeah. She, which I ain't a fan of these award shows, you know that, but she lost to Best New Artist to the sister that sings Water. Make me rain, make me.
That's that South African
Yeah,
girl, right?
yeah. And my apologies, I can't think of her name right now. It's in the back of my head. I know it, but that's just
Tyler.
something.
I don't know how I feel about
So, but I'm just saying that Sexy Red did her performance. I'm just even like so. Megan performed. She opened it.
I ain't never mad at Megan.
Lotto performed. Ice Spice performed. I just was sitting here like, and don't get me wrong, I'm a full-blooded man. There's nothing wrong with looking at tits and ass. I'm just, but I just like, damn, this is what we are. I need some verbiage, some bars.
Hey, Angela Marie Jones.
Supper.
She just confirmed that it was Tyler.
Tyler, yeah, that's the name. Yeah, I knew.
Angela Marie Jones need to be on one of them award shows if they really trying to get it. She's a talent. She's a truly talented artist.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how I feel about a South African girl winning a Black American award.
But
I just don't know how I feel about
music
that.
is universal, so you can't compartmentalize it. Trapper, what's happening, my guy? I mean,
But there's a
Sexy Red
divide.
said, as soon as the white man took over, downhill. Yeah, exactly. I don't watch BET.
But there's a divide. Like, for instance, they kept asking the girl, was she black?
Mm-hmm.
And she was on some, she not black. She colored, whatever the terminology they use over there. So people start getting on her helmet so hard on social media that she had to release a statement saying, I am black. But then when she did say she was black, they put up pictures of her parents. And her parents aren't black. They're like some type of Hindu mixtures or something like that.
Kamala?
She exactly. Her and Kamala could be cousins. For y'all that don't know, Kamala, even though despite being a AKA and all that and going to Howard, it's not necessarily the same vibe as us. But basically, they kind of got her in black spaces. And when I say black spaces, I mean Black American. Because I'm not using the term black is using as a euphemism. Yeah. But they got her in these spaces, but she doesn't actually identify. Same thing as Bruno Mars. They break them in these spaces because they know that if they dress something up, we will support it. But the goal is make our money first, and then use that to cross over.
Right.
It's tried and true.
Well, remember, that's like how they did the one lady, the artist Pink back in the day. Remember, they brought her out.
They had her on songs with Missy Elliott and Lil' Kim and all that. And the moment they made some money, she was straight rock and roll. Hell, people forget. They marketed Lady Gaga to R&B stations first. It's a tried and true formula.
Oh, yeah, it works.
To, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they got any type of swagger or they can tan them up a little bit. Then you might. Same thing with TV. You build a network off of black dollars.
CW,
UPN,
CW,
Fox.
You bring it up, give it to the niggas. The niggas will do our GoFundMe for us.
Because they know we will consume it. We be so desperate for representation that a person could come out right now saying the most degenerate, Sexy Red, doing the most degenerate shit, and there'll be somebody saying, "Oh, let that sister eat."
You slabberdoos, suck it up.
Right,
Pun intended.
Man. What they used to say back in the days, man, is work at the post office, man. You ain't, so we're not gonna let you play just for money. Say that's just how you get down. Don't say this is what you got to do to eat.
Right.
Because, man, first they tried it with Sukihana, but it didn't never get no traction. But a lot of people realize Sexy Red been rapping for years. She had all kinds of music videos on there from 8-9 years ago, right? But then they paired her with they paired her with Sukihana, put her in all the way, because she used to be a gangster rap. You can look at some of her shit, Sexy Red shit. She's all pistols and gunplay in her music, right? They put her with Sukihana and got into this super hoe, super stripper shit. And unlike Sukihana, she actually blew. And so they mined it into this lane, and now she's just, I mean, some people be like, oh, let that sister eat, this and that, right? But I ask you, if you had a daughter who was conducting themselves like she do, would you be like, oh, she eating? Or would you be like, damn?
Don't get me wrong. Some of these niggas be like, well, shit, she paying the mortgage, she paying the bills, she call the shots. She do what she want. It's like, nah, representation is very important. So.
Yeah.
And I ain't got nothing bad to say against her personally. I'm just the whole, you know, that's my thing. Her and all of them. I mean, you know, sisters look cool. You got nice asses and nice bodies.
I don't mind a Sexy Red if they had a Lauryn Hill also on the side of it.
I just need,
you know, there's no balance.
I need more than how wet your shit is, and you and you got a throat of 1,000.
Right.
Whatever.
That's what today's music is lacking, in my opinion.
I need some bars. Talk about something else. The variety is
not. There's not like in a rainbow. You got different color. You got different choices. It's not like the rainbow now is different, bro. Like the whole color spectrum. It's like
the rainbow been co-opted.
Yeah. You can't. No more Lucky Charms.
Yeah, and maybe that's not the best analogy, but I think about like outer space and colors and different shit. I'll be on some other shit sometimes, but just the variety of color and the difference is so color. So what makes up color? I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but on planets is the gases. So that's how they can look into outer space and see what the makeup of a planet is, because like when you light a lighter, you'll have a red and all that and the blue on the inside and all that. They can tell what that planet is made of from the gases, and so that's why I use that analogy. But as far as music, that's why I did my album called Reverse Engineering, is because motherfuckers gotta rethink. Like I don't know, to me, and maybe it's just my opinion being old school, but there's not a wide like spectrum. Like in the 90s we had like gangster rap artists, we had like hip hop gangster artists, we had hip hop artists, we had gangster rappers, we had, you know what I'm saying, like we had so many, we had motherfuckers who could sing. We had individual singing groups. We had groups of motherfuckers 5-6 deep. We had, you know what I'm saying, multicultural groups. We had white hip hop groups. R&B groups. We had all kinds of shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just weird to me just seeing how narrow the scope of you know, music and entertainment is now. It's just like it's so narrow, and like we like one thing and we just run it in the ground. And I mean, maybe that's the right way. I don't.
You could listen to R&B stations back in the days, and it'd be like, "My name is Luca. I live." You would have so much diversity. Color be bad, Mike. Come on, crooning. This and that. Now it's only this, and this, and you never, and it don't cross.
Yeah. I just want to hit it. And I'm there, and I'm gone.
We don't really have no. Where's the? I'm saying from a music perspective, where is the?
It's not a diversity and balance.
Where's the male singing groups, man, that would get these females riled up, that make them feel good? The American groups, all the other countries is doing it.
You could throw Troop. Doing dishes, Jodeci, like you could have hours of music, and it's masculine music. See, because that was the thing in the 80s. Like, I had to explain this to my son because we was watching some Bobby Brown, and he was like, dude looks funny and he can't blow. This was what y'all was on? And I said, no. I said, you got to look at it like this. R&B had got to the point where it was cats with blush on their cheeks. Freddie Jackson, Luther singing. I said it was so many gay dudes that even when a nigga came along that wasn't necessarily gay, they feathered his hair and made him look gay because that's what they thought was appealing. Androgynous, this look. I said, so when Bobby Brown came along
Fuck
and was
that, man.
singing, it was the first time it was a dude with some testosterone who wasn't gay singing. So we who did want to hear R&B, we all gravitated to it. And then you had a whole wave of it come with the Troops, the Jodeci's, Boys the Men, where it was straight men in groups blowing their hearts out, and we would listen to what's the Shy, all the type of groups. I said, but before that era came, Bobby Brown had to kick the door down. But now that era's gone away, and I couldn't tell you who's the hot male R&B group.
Yeah, but then
I don't think is there? I know there has to be some.
But I'm just saying, even
I don't think there is.
I don't think there is either.
But I ain't even got nobody even say, "Hey, you should hear this, man. These dudes can blow."
Yeah. What happened? And it's
now. Speaking of cats that's blowing, October London, that brother got that old school Marvin Gaye sound to him. That brother,
it's some individuals.
Yeah, individuals. As far as groups, I mean, groups. I don't know. Do it. Niggas don't even make groups anymore, do they?
They don't.
Hey, my boy put me up on him.
Yeah.
And he said, check him out. And all I was thinking about is like, man, this is like a modern day Marvin Gaye.
Yes.
Shout out to October London. Now that's a cat that is holding it down. And there's Leon Bridges. There's a couple of male R&B, but I'm talking like, where's the group? And you can be like, man, all these cats can get down. But I don't know. What Miss Mark said?
She said this is why all the old school people is coming back around with their old hits. People are tired of this new stuff. She said she now looking for MC Hammer to make his comeback. Speaking of, I just saw a video of, I guess Hammer was dress rehearsal or something, and he still got it.
It was like he's 60.
Yeah, doing it.
Hammer's getting loose.
Right.
But I mean, so many things changed. Like in the 80s, my homie got a scholarship to the University of Hawaii to shoot hoop, right?
Yeah.
And they had these shirts. Because the University of Hawaii, the mascot, the team name is the Rainbows.
Yeah.
And they had these shirts that said Rainbow Pride. And he said, we used to march around and walk around in these shirts that said Rainbow Pride because, we were so happy for the homie.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if I walked in somewhere with a shirt that said Rainbow Pride? You wouldn't even be able to explain that. Well, my homie played for a college, and the college is the nickname is the Rainbows. You would.
Nope. I ain't got time for that. They won't post it. Take a picture, film, you post it. And
you wouldn't even like.
1,000 motherfuckers.
You wouldn't even get a chance to explain. If you walk in, Rainbow Pride.
Nope. Take that Empire shit somewhere else.
What trap in there talking about? Trap must got an R&B album. Trap, you singing now?
Yeah.
Trap, you can't sing. Or at least you can't out-sing me.
Okay.
Trap, my nigga. Shout out to Trap. Really talented all-around brother.
Yeah. He was
one
on
thing,
the show, right?
Yeah. Now, one thing I can say about Trap is that that's a cat that know a little bit about everything. That boy is a really a truly well-polished individual.
Yeah.
Music, editing, this, that, world views. You're just a sharp brother, man. Shout out to Trap, man.
Shout out to the Trapper, man. I know you was talking about, last time we was talking, he was talking about animation series and whatnot he was going to work on doing. Can't wait to see that, bro.
Cadillac Tom. You got my full support.
Yeah, when you bring that out, man, just come on here and let's talk about it. But what else? With the awards, and Taraji did her version of They Not Like Us,
right?
Which was it was funny. It was cool.
It was cringeworthy.
It was alright. She had to do her rant about the women pay in the movies, which I salute and respect.
I think that was the only reason I was like, all right, because she was trying to make a point. I know she didn't write the shit.
Yeah,
of course she had somebody try to deliver a message, and she kind of executed it. I'll give her that.
Oh, Mrs. Marks, you going to get a bottle? You supposed to already had a bottle when the show start. You going to get the bottle? You supposed to already have it. Oh, cheers.
I mean, I wonder though, realistically though, man, like a cat like Taraji, she talking about the women paying inequity, right?
Yeah.
And all that, right? But I mean, you never know people's true intentions. But I do wonder, like, is you really fighting for everybody to be paid, or
Right.
you trying to get niggas to work up, get behind you so you can get paid?
Well, so what I had took from it was my first initial reaction was kind of negative like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I thought about it, and then when I was talking to a few people, I kind of figured from my perspective, a lot of motherfuckers in the industry is like, hey, you're the fucking voice. Like, you have the biggest voice. Can you please help us? So
Right.
I think they elevated her and she took on the whole thing. And so then kind of after that, I was like, well, maybe even if she does have some kind of thing, she's actually doing the work of trying to be the face of the shit. And because when some of the shit,
and that
she
can
was
be
saying,
dangerous too, running out front, catching bullets and
And
arrows,
strays.
and niggas
get
might
back
not
up.
necessarily ride back for
and
you.
I'm not saying
Right.
I'm right, but that just kind of like through my little, because I thought about it for a couple days, because that shit was on the news for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She was interviewing on all the major news networks.
But that's because they thought she was going against Oprah.
Right.
And when she was like, nah, I ain't going against Oprah. I'm
Yeah.
going against the industry in general. And that's when I was like,
Yeah, and the Pilgrims be like, oh, shit, against Oprah. Oh man, let's do it. They with it because they want to wipe her off. But I mean, she.
Chad has an interesting comment. Hasn't
Right.
she? Mm-hmm.
Chad, yeah, hasn't she been in Hollywood long enough to start creating her own content and controlling her own destiny? I would think so.
A lot
brother,
of these,
brother Provost.
a lot
my
of
guy.
these
I would think
stars,
so.
you'll be surprised at that if they come in on a certain level
Mm-hmm.
with assistance, this and that. Because I've seen it twice in the music industry. I seen this particular female artist,
Mm-hmm.
and she ended up getting a Bentley towed and
Mhm.
all this and that, right? And
Living above her means.
but it was one of them situations that if she would have went and hit some of these side towns, came to the Bay, came to a couple places, man, cats would have cashed her out so many thousands for verses. She could have did a couple club appearances. Like, she could have been on her feet, but she had been so Hollywood on a certain level that wasn't even a consideration. Then I remember this other particular artist. He had been part of Platinum Situations, and now he literally was like, he ain't got enough gas to put in his car. Like, his car is sitting there on flat because he ain't got no gas.
Mm-hmm.
And the boy JT, the Bigger Figure, brought him to the Bay and drove him around to different places and helped him make about damn near $50,000 in one weekend because he was going to studios. And JT called niggas blood here. You come with 3,000, he gonna do you a verse. This and that. Whoop took him out to Sacramento, and so I say all that to say that you would think that some of these people that have a certain name behind them, that they should be able to go in and not have to beg for a plate. They can create one, and if they create it, we'll all come watch it. But they be so used to being
Cater to.
that the thought of rolling up their sleeves and going out there and trying to really put in the work, no, they want somebody to come give them a check. They just want to show up and get a check. And if you say, well, your days of just showing up getting a check is over with, but you still got the black community to still fuck with you, but you want to go rent the cameras, write the script, organize the shit, you want to put in the work, and they'll be like,
An opportunity is usually disguised as what? Hard work.
no, I want the studio to hire me and give me this check. And some people might be like, no, actually, if you go put this shit together and put it on Tubi and Peacock, you might even make more money than you would make at the studio. But then you got to do all these different aspects that they might be like, oh, I'm just an actor. I just show up and act. Give me a check. Oh, I ain't finna produce. I ain't finna write. I ain't finna be out there doing no promotion. No, the studio need to do all that. Well, then if the studio ain't fucking with you no more, what do you do? You know, so for a lot of these veterans, they better thank the Lord that Tyler Perry exists. Because he keeps some of them still floating. You know what I'm saying? And in fact, speaking of Taraji, what she say, the biggest check she ever got for a movie was when Tyler called on her.
It is what it is.
Just because you've been a star and you've been drinking champagne, man, don't be afraid to get down and hustle, man, if you got to.
I will still sometimes, to this day, sometimes sit at home and make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for the hell of it, because I can have tomahawk steaks in the fridge and all that. And
you know what my kids would do?
I will go.
My kids would DoorDash a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Man.
Sandwich costs $4. The delivery fee
$25.
We ain't got time for all
And
that.
they would be
Going
sitting there
fucking-
proud of themselves saying, man, we in the struggle. Niggas in here eating peanut butter and jelly.
Man,
You just paid $30 for that peanut butter and jelly. You ain't in the struggle.
I can have top-notch food, and I still make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I will still make a tuna
Just
fish
sounds
sandwich.
So good. I ain't had one in hell of a long.
Hey, on the late night up playing PlayStation, shit, like, you know something? Fuck the microwave. Let me just, in between matches on
a big glass,
Battlefield.
big
just
glass
whoop.
of fruit punch.
Yep. Tahitian treat. You know?
The good old day. You just took me back to the 90s.
No, shit. When I used to eat pork, get some dry salami and a slice of cheese, be like, yeah, there we go.
That's some Doritos.
Exactly, with some Doritos. So, these cats nowadays, they don't, man,
The struggle is real.
motherfuckers be on some bullshit. And, what else do we have? Oh, last weekend, Saturday, last week, was the 15-year anniversary of the release of Town Biz.
Yeah.
You know,
My
we
favorite
had that.
movie.
We did
Shout
the
out to
drive-in.
all is, man.
Shout out to Drop, Ram, Mario, Rock,
Oh man.
Karen,
Val T, though.
T was here. Mike Chambers was here.
Queen Factory.
Yeah. We had a
Yeah,
bunch of
Sparks.
Ed Sparks.
Yeah.
We even replayed that music video with Spank and, and
Spank
Sierra
Spank,
and Sierra rapping.
Yeah, shout out to Sierra.
Shout out Fab.
Shout out.
Tripping pasta. Eat like a.
Shout out to 6 Footers.
Shout out Latani. Who else
Yeah.
was in that motherfucker?
Everybody. Cater.
Yeah.
Lisa from the city.
Yeah. Everybody.
Shout out, my
That shit was
biker
fun.
niggas, man.
I catch a spot over there.
We had fun.
Man,
Round
that was
Racks.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Fucking
Ron Racks, shout
yeah.
out Ron
Shout out
Racks,
nigga
man,
Round
for
Racks,
sure.
man. We had fun doing that.
That's
Damn.
a long. We could
That's
go down like
Anonymous.
Yeah,
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Albee Streets.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
Streets. That's my guy. Yeah, hella fun. Like I said, we did the drive-in, and then we did a impromptu session. You know, right after the drive-in, a bunch of us came back here and just, you know, I went live for a little bit.
Shout out to Tall Tiff,
Yeah,
who was supposed to be here today.
What's happening? What's up, Lucci? What's happening, my guy? What's up with you? Shit, but yeah, we had fun, man. You know, that was a great experience, man. Cause shit, we filmed in 2007 and 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
I remember you pulled up in the 08, in 08.
Oh yeah, in LA, brand new. No, well that motherfucker only had 18 miles on it. Brand new. Pull up like
You was in
This
the
what
08,
we
in
doing.
08.
I had the 05 Beamer, man.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, look at this man done
Right.
pulled up in that truck,
hell yeah.
looking beefy and luxurious.
Yeah, I was watching the movie like, damn, my shit
Shit
was
was chunky.
my shit was glistening, brand new. The Black Rhino. Yeah,
Yeah.
shit. And we got
That was a good experience. That was a good introduction to the movie game, too.
Yeah, for real.
It lit a spark in me that ain't never burnt out.
Cold classic. And y'all that ain't seen it, man, go check out Town Biz the movie, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Amazon. It's on. Matter of fact, they were saying they finna put it on Tubi.
Oh,
That's what Mario was saying.
crazy. That's
Mario
what
was saying he's
crazy.
finna put it on Tubi. I'm like, that's what's up. Shit. So y'all check us out. You know, niggas' first movie. We was a whole lot younger. It's good times. Then-
Shout out to Fitness.
Oh yeah,
Sarah.
Fitness Jones. Yeah, shit. And Eric, butter my corn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eric, you really
I
butter
still
my
got that
corn.
dent in the back of my
Butter my
van that,
corn.
they
Oh,
put
when
in
they
there
put
with
his head into
put
the
that
head.
nigga body imprinted. Oh, man. Hurt his back for the chipped his tooth on this the pink diamond scene.
Oh,
My
yeah.
man qualified for
We had fun at Pink
a
Diamonds.
combat pay.
Yeah, Pink Diamonds. Yeah, that was a good night. Hey, y'all, I'm serious. We had a lot of fun filming that movie, man.
You gotta be an OG to remember Pink
Yeah,
Diamonds.
yeah,
If you
Pink
don't,
Diamonds.
You wasn't off the porch yet.
Yeah.
You wouldn't remember Pink Diamonds.
We was in that motherfucker overnight, man.
Left at noon.
Yeah. Was there. We got there like, what, 11 at night? Leave till fucking 12, 1 o'clock the next afternoon.
Walked off and left my phone there. And that was back when losing
Hey, the ham sandwich. Oh,
was the
what
worst
he said?
shit that could happen.
Crush your sour cream. Hey, right. Put the chips in the sandwich. Yeah, that's the old school. Yeah, but I'm trying to think. What else? What we got coming up before we get ready to head out?
Hopefully we'll be debuting a horror in Oakland at the Oakland Film Festival in September. We'll have all the full details in a couple of weeks. Okay. Shout out to Chrissy Cola and Janae Lachey and JB June Baby.
Yes,
June Baby.
Shout out
to them. Real, you got flies. I know you got Reverse.
Yeah, so man, y'all go check out my album Reverse Engineering online. I got a couple more videos I'm finna drop. Y'all stay tuned to that. As far as Cognac Confessionals, man, we got a lineup coming. Yeah. It's just this summertime, man. So a lot of people is out there shaking and baking. So we just y'all just stay tuned. We gonna have it lit.
Yeah. Tell everybody where they can find y'all at.
You can find me with girlies behind me jocking me blindly at Feral Films across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Snap, Twitter.
Yep, and you can find me right here on Cognac Confessionals Podcast, KAMMAFLAGE, spelled different for licensing. Y'all follow me, follow my music. Just tune in, keep tapping in. I'm same across the board. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Camouflage, man. That spelling I just put out there. Y'all tap in.
And I'm Deshaun. You can catch me at Cognac_Confessionals on IG, Cognac Confessionals on Facebook. If you know me personally, you can follow me on my real page, and you can always find me in your bitch dream. Why? Because that's where I'm
just
reside.
Waking up like, is that a dream?
That's where she at.
Hey.
Find me there, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Y'all.
Like, subscribe, share the page. If you got a business, service, you rap, poet, you want to be a part of the show, come out and get interviewed, chop it up with us one day. Hit us up. Yeah, have a shot of this good. You know what I'm saying? Sit back and have this conversation, because conversation run the nation. Procrastination is a violation. You know? So, thank y'all for tuning in. But as usual, now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends. Hey, man, catch y'all next week. We got Shantae Neely supposed to come on, cosplay artist. So,
outstanding artist.
Yeah. Fuck with your boys.